All right, we are live on the Coach Eli television network. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight on this beautiful, amazing, and very warm, very hot Thursday evening. It is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021, the day that this live stream is happening. But if you're here watching on the replay down the road, whenever it may be, stick around because this stream is going to have tremendous replay value. I'm going to be discussing a very important topic, and I'm going to do it a lot of justice. I'm going to be talking about introverted men and how this affects them in the dating world, so you're going to want to stick around for that. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of all three platforms. YouTube is rolling smoothly on the back end. Facebook seems to be rolling well. And DLive is rolling smoothly. I see you, Queen. The Queen is here and you're good. Hey, Queen, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I got to take a break soon because I'll tell you, I've been going very hard in the paint. I have not given my throat a rest, and I can definitely feel my throat getting tired from all the talking I've been doing multiple live streams daily. And then on my days off, I'm just talking a lot on the phone or in person. And one of these days, I guess I'll take a break. But in the meantime, I'm going to power on through it because I have so much to share with you folks. I have so much great information to share with you folks based on my personal past experiences and what I've learned, because I really, truly want to help as many people as possible get the best possible grip on their life so that way they can accomplish whatever it is that their heart desires, right? Whatever your heart desires at a business or personal level, whether it involves, your job or you want to become self-employed, or it involves your love life, your dating world, or if you're married and you're struggling in your marriage, and you want to learn how to keep the fire burning, I can definitely help you with that. A few simple things are all you need to do to turn it around and bring fire back into your marriage or your relationship. Queen says in the chat and on the YouTube chat, I was ranting about something on my Telegram channel. What was that, Queen? Feel free to share. I'll get to that in just a few here. So let's get right to it tonight, folks, because I don't want to be on too terribly long. I've got a bunch of things to do later tonight and have a pretty big day to prepare tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm trying to get as many of my moderators as possible to come on a live stream panel at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I only have one confirmed so far, and that's SIFUSMO Dion. I want to discuss trolls and haters and the court of public opinion, how it's affected, other people besides myself, such as my moderators, and, what the best way to handle trolls and haters is. I've learned a lot on that or regarding that over the past several years of being out here on YouTube, and I want to share my experiences with you folks, but I also want to share the experiences of other people so you get a different perspective than just my own. And I'd like to have a very civil, intelligent, professional, respectful, and mature conversation regarding this. So this is not going to be, if we end up doing it, it still has not been decided yet. I still need to get at least one or two more people to agree to get on a panel before I do this show tomorrow. If not, I'm going to do it another time. But, I want this to be respectful to the point of where we're not bashing on anybody. We're not talking about any people in particular. We're just talking about the subject in general. Because we all have had our trolls and haters, right? But there are many people doing this, not just on YouTube. They're doing it all over the internet. And there's a reason why they're doing it. There's a right way to handle it and a wrong way to handle it if you're on the receiving end of that. So that's what I want to talk about tomorrow night if we're able to make that show happen. I'm still working on that, and I'll update you folks tomorrow through my community tab if we decide to do it. If not, we'll do it another time. Queen says, I will do a stream about it when I get a chance, but Cheeto is more important right now. What's going on with your cat Cheeto? I thought you gave Cheeto a bath earlier. Is Cheeto doing okay, Queen? Let us know. All right, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Tonight we're going to be discussing: are women attracted to introverted men, or use them as beta male providers? One more time: are women attracted to introverted men, or use them as beta male providers? So I'm going to give my brief thoughts here in a few minutes, for just a few minutes. And then I have two Reddit postings I'm going to go through tonight and share their thoughts regarding this topic. One of the postings is directly related to the topic and is from the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, titled "Question for All. I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Why are introverted men largely unattractive to women?" Again, why are introverted men largely unattractive to women? So when I'm done with my monologue, I'm going to, read what the original poster wrote, and then I'm going to take about 20 to 25 minutes or so and go through some comments. There are 542 comments here. I'm going to go through about 25 minutes worth. Then I'm going to take a break, come back, and read some more comments from this same subreddit. And then I'm going to end up the show during the second segment with another Reddit posting from the subreddit Seduction. And the original poster titled this posting, "Online texting seems to just kill my chances every time. I'm sick of it." And his original post was removed, but the comments are still there. But at least we got the title there, and there's enough context there through the posting, through the title of the posting, to really discuss this. And I've actually experienced this myself, and I know how to properly handle online texting, because when you meet women in the online dating world, okay, you're sending them a message through a dating app, right, or a dating site if you're using your computer, but most of us use our phones, the app, right? And then, sometimes guys will message back and forth for too long, rather than just getting to the point and saying, "Hey, you seem pretty cool. I'd like to get to know you on a more personable level. Would you like to send me your number? And I'll text you to arrange a call during a time that works for the both of us," right? Right? You got to get to the point, and you got to get them off the app and into the real world and have a real world conversation with them. And if they're interested, if they're truly interested in you, they'll give you their number, and then they'll set up a time fairly quickly within the next 24 to 48 hours or so to have that phone conversation. And then it's up to you on that phone conversation as a man to guide that conversation and to get to know that person, right? Okay, so there are many things that guys are doing wrong when it comes to online dating. Like this person posts, "Online texting seems to just kill my chances every time. I'm sick of it." Because here's the thing: when you say something in a text, it can be perceived 5 different ways by the woman. Okay, the context can be perceived 5 different ways. You have to be very, very clear. So the best way to do it is get them onto the phone, so that way you can hear tone of voice. And if something is misunderstood, the woman can ask you, "Well, what do you mean by that?" "Well, let me explain, blah, blah, blah," whatever, right? So we'll get to that during the second part of the show. But Queen says she is on medicine for it. Cheeto is okay. She has a flea infestation. Wow, she's on medication for it. Well, I hope Cheeto gets better, and all those fleas are taken care of. Queen, I know how bad of a health thing that can create for cats and dogs if they're infested with fleas. But at least you're addressing the issue and you're doing whatever you can. And I'm sure if you need to take her to the vet, you will take Cheeto to the vet and have it taken care of that way. I know you hope to take care of it in your place. It'll be much cheaper, but you do have a veterinarian for Cheeto just in case, right, Queen? Hopefully so. All right, so let's get right to it here. Are women attracted to introverted men, or use them as beta male providers? So there's been a big discussion online, and I've had this conversation with many of my friends that are, some of them are introverted, some of them are extroverted, and it's just interesting that my friends that are extroverted have no problem getting dates with women, dating women. Of course, us extroverted men, we still get rejected, and we still have our our moments with women. But because we know how to stimulate conversation, we're not afraid to approach women. We're confident to carry a great conversation with women. We end up getting a chance with some women. Whereas most most introverted men, which is what I'm trying to say, most introverted men are a little bit more closed off. They're a little bit more guarded. They're a little bit more shy. They're a little bit more cautious with what they say. And a lot of them have approach anxiety, or they're afraid to approach women, right? And so, introverted men are not bad men. They're not necessarily bad people. They're actually highly intelligent people that have great jobs and excel in the workforce, excel in school. But when it comes to dealing with women, all of that extreme intelligence doesn't completely come into play when attracting women. Being intelligent is one aspect of attracting women, but also being spontaneous, being playful, being exciting, being energetic, being open-minded, being a risk taker. That's what attracts women. And most, if not all, introverted men do not have those qualities. Queen Helen Case says it costs a pretty penny for her bill. Of course, I took her to the vet 2 days ago. Oh, okay, Queen. Yeah, I can understand that. It's not cheap to go to the vet, but sometimes you really don't have a choice. I totally understand that, Queen. I totally understand that. So, that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts regarding the difference between introverted men and extroverted men. And without further ado, let me go ahead and get to the Reddit posting here, because there's just so much to go over there. And I really like what the original poster wrote. I read most of the comments, not all, but most of them. I really like what was stated there. And I want to give my feedback and really help even you introverted men out there better understand why you're not having much luck, if any luck, when it comes to dating women, especially in this modern world, right? Where women are liberated and they're stronger, and they look for different things in a man than they did back in the days of traditionalism. A lot of these introverted men just don't understand the modern day women or woman, right? So let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser source. And this is from the subreddit Purple Pill Debate. And again, the question for all, Q for all, posed by the original poster. I like his name. Edward Scissor PP. You can read it right there. I'm not going to say it. Edward Scissor DICK. What a great name, man. God, man, you guys have some creative fake names that you use on Reddit. That's all good. The question for all posed is, I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Why are introverted men largely unattractive to women? Well, for many of the reasons I just mentioned, but let's see what the original poster had to say. It is not much of a surprise to see that from the last polling of this subreddit, most men are introverted and single, while the women here are a loose mix of introverted and extroverted and are mostly in a relationship or married. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between an introverted man and an introverted woman. And let me just say this. Women are attracted to men for different reasons than what men are attracted to women, right? Men primarily initially are attracted to a woman based on her physical appearance, right? So if you're an extrovert, let's say you're an extroverted or introverted man, right? Even extroverted men, if a woman is beautiful, we are attracted to beautiful introverted women, right? Because we are attracted to women in a different way then women are attracted to us. And while women also need to feel physical attraction for a man, there are a lot of introverted men that are attractive, but that's not enough to keep a woman around. Your looks will get you in the door, but what's going to keep you there is your personality, how you carry a conversation, how interesting you are, how exciting you are, okay, how much of a risk taker you are, right? How spontaneous you are, right? And that's where the difference comes into play, regarding what women seek in a man than what men seek in a woman, right? We'll get more into that in just a bit here. You'll see what they say. Per relationship stats, it is relatively common knowledge that most women prefer extroverted men. But the question is, why? Okay, I shared my thoughts. Let's see what the original poster had to say. There was a polling survey done over in the MBTI sub a while ago, which showed that most single men were introverted. I'm not surprised. A significant portion of them were virgins. Again, I'm not surprised. INFJs, which is the Myers-Briggs personality, test. I need to do that one of these days and put it out there. Maybe I'll do it live on the air one of these days. INFJs specifically made up the majority of virgins within that group. Didn't save the post, unfortunately, but I think you meant to say I'll link if I can find it. Is introversion inherently unattractive to women, or is introversion more likely to be associated/correlated with other behaviors/personality defects that are unattractive to most women? Maybe both. Does it present as more feminine behavior? That's one way to look at it, in my opinion. You see, introverted guys are less risk takers, or they don't take risks, right? And what makes a man a man? Men are daring creatures. We take chances. We take risks. It is a big risk to go up to a woman, let's say at the supermarket or wherever you're meeting women at, and say, hey, how you doing? How's your day going, right? Okay? It takes a big risk to do that, and most, if not all, introverted men will not take that risk, but extroverted men will take that risk with no fear of rejection, knowing that, hey, if we approach 20 women in one day while we're out and about, we're probably going to get rejected by 18 or 19 of them. But what if one says hi back and starts talking with us, and we ask her for her number, and she gives us her number, and then we go on a date, and then we hook up and have fun, and then we start dating, right? Most extroverted men, if not all, are not afraid to take those risks. And that's attractive to women because that is masculine energy, right? Most, if not all, introverted men, I think I said it right, extroverted men are risk takers. Most introverted men would not take that risk, right? Which does and can be perceived to women as weak, more feminine behavior. Yes, you're right. Could it be that introversion itself is a minority within our social species and it is not seen as a positive in that context? Well, there's nothing wrong with introverted people in general, okay? Because most of the successful people in certain industries, such as teachers, professors, etc., they're introverted people. They're highly intelligent people when it comes to their work or their studies, right? But when it comes to attracting women, that all goes out the window. Not all, but most of that goes out the window. Okay? Yes, you need to be intelligent, but you also need to be witty, charming, funny, playful, open-minded, a risk taker, right? You need to be exciting. Do you think a woman wants to be with a boring guy, right? So most introverted men, because they're so much more closed off, they take less risks, if no risks at all, women are not excited by that. Even if you're a very attractive introverted man, if you don't give off some level of excitement, right, then it's just not going to go anywhere, okay? Women do select based on social participation affluence after all. Sure, yeah. And being social and getting out there and socializing is an extroverted type of thing. It's a risk. You're going out there and putting yourself out there, and you're risking being rejected. But extroverted men don't care about getting rejected, which is why we're attractive, right? We get rejected a lot, but because we keep pushing through it and we don't care about getting rejected, eventually, we get accepted, right? And that's a big turn on for women, right? When guys are not fazed by rejection, right? So what do you think it might be specifically that turns women away from introverted men? The lack of risk taking, pretty much. The lack of being a daredevil, taking a chance, risking being rejected to try to get the woman, right? Not trying is what turns women away from introverted men. And as an extroverted guy, it doesn't mean you overly try, but you have to at least try one time and say, "Hi, how are you? My name is Eli. It's nice to meet you," right? And she might say, "Oh, leave me alone. I've been hit on a million times." Okay, sorry about that. Have a great day, right? But at least you're trying, and trying one time is not needy. Now, if she rejects you, if you're at the supermarket and you go up to a lady that is the produce section, you say, "Hey, how you doing today? My name is Eli," blah, 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 right? If she says, "I'm busy, I can't talk right now," then okay, sorry, have a good day, right? No problem, right? But what if she says, "Hey, good. How about yourself? How's your day going," right? You see what the difference is right there than not approaching the woman at all? Okay? It's taking risks and not being afraid of rejection that's attractive to women, okay? Down below, edit. Introversion does not mean socially anxious, shy, antisocial, etc. It doesn't technically mean that, but introverts typically have social anxiety, they're shy, and they're more antisocial than extroverts, etc. It doesn't mean that, but most of them are. And that's part of the unattractive aspects of introverted men to any woman. Even introverted women are repelled by introverted men. Because women are attracted to men in a different way than men are attracted to women. Okay? Even if some of these traits are present in introverted men, they are. It does not mean that these are markers of introversion. You must be an introvert, dude, writing this. And you're trying to make yourself sound better than you actually are, dude. You're trying too hard right now, right? Rather than saying, "Yeah, I've experienced this. I've been socially anxious. I've been shy. I've been antisocial," right? You're trying to come off in a way where you're just posing a question, but in all actuality, you're probably experiencing this yourself. The only marker of introversion is being exhausted by too much socializing. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing true about too much socializing, right? Socializing is socializing. You either do it or you don't, right? And you either like to socialize or you don't. People that love being around other people like I do and having great conversation will never get tired of socializing, no matter how much or little it happens every day. We just go with the flow. But see, you're an introvert because you're analyzing it. That's what a lot of introverts also do. They overanalyze things. When people overly analyze things or are overly analytical, right? I've talked to women, and sometimes this does happen with women. There are some women that are introverts that are so analytical, overly analytical, and they overly analyze everything to the point of where it turns me off and it doesn't work out. So it sounds like you're overanalyzing, which is a big, big problem. Relationships are supposed to be fun. You don't overanalyze. You hang out, and you have fun, and you see where it goes. If you overanalyze every step of the way, then it's just unnatural. And that's what's turning off women. You are an introvert. Original poster. Also, it seems that the verdict is that introverted men might be less willing to approach random women and don't care to be in the spotlight, which then hampers their dating success. I just said that many times. That is true. You say it seems that the verdict, you said it seems that the verdict, you are introverted, sir. You're speaking on yourself, on behalf of yourself. It seems that the verdict is that introverted men might be less willing to approach random women. They are. And don't care to be in the spotlight, which then hampers their dating success. And it does, for that reason alone. That's the truth of the matter. You see, you're not going to win every opportunity you encounter in life, whether it involves dating or business or whatever, right? But the more opportunities you have and you try to seize those opportunities, you're going to win some at least, right? So let me give you an example, okay? Let's say over the course of a month, throughout your days, whether you're at work, at the supermarket, at a clothing store, or wherever, right? You're going to encounter probably 50 to 100 single women, right? Okay? What do most of these introverted men do, right? They don't even say a word to any of them, even though they're attracted to most of them, right? And they don't say a word because of what I've mentioned, right? Or maybe they're afraid that the woman is married or not single or whatever. How are you going to know if they're married or not single if you don't ask, right? But see, here's the thing. If you said hi to every single one of those 100 women, I'm sure probably maybe 90 or 95 of them would say get lost or whatever, right? But 5 of them would say hi back to you, right? And if 5 of them say hi back to you, right, because you approached 100, you said hi, just being a nice guy, a good dude, just to say hi, right, to be social. You said hi to 100 of them and 95 rejected you, and then 5 of them said hi back. Now you're engaging them, right? And out of those 5 that said hi back to you, what if 2 of them you had a great conversation with and you got their number, right? And then you talked with both of them on the phone and you took one or both on the date and one of them ended up really liking you. And now you start to see her more, you're intimate with her, you're going to dinners with her, you're going hiking with her, you're spending nights and weekends together with her, and now you're in a relationship, right? Why? Because you seized the opportunities that were right in front of your face. A lot of times introverts have opportunities right in front of their face and they sit back and do nothing with those opportunities. That's what happens. Never mind that name, says Queen. I know, Queen. That's pretty funny there. That's pretty funny. So, all right. Let's go down to the comment section here. We are at 28 minutes. We're going to go read comments until we hit the 45-minute mark. And then we're going to take a break, read some more comments from this subreddit. And then I have one more subreddit to go over before we call it a night here. All right. Introversion is completely at odds with the male gender role in dating, so they'll be at a disadvantage. Well, I think what they're trying to say is that, introverts need to open up more and seize more opportunities and be fearless instead of having fear, right? Because having fear is feminine energy, and it turns off women when men are fearful, right? If you're fearless and you take chances, hey, it might throw off a woman a little bit that you're not afraid to take a chance, but at the same time, it's turning her on. It's like, wow, this guy's not afraid to take a chance to approach me. Okay. It may have thrown me off a little bit because I'm used to guys that are scared to approach me, but okay, let's see what happens, right? I'm introverted and I couldn't agree more. Okay, so am I, my friend. Yay, I can agree with that. Okay. And there's another one here, 21 female INFJ. Disagree. Men tend to be less extroverted than women and talk less than them. Men are doers, not talkers. Hence the strong silent type trope. Well, that's not true. Because, ma'am, here's the thing. You're dealing with a lot of introverted men. And in this world nowadays, there are more introverted men than extroverted men because of the way men are being raised. The millennials and post-millennials have raised the most introverted men I've ever seen in my life. All right. Now, there are some that are raised right and they are extroverted, but they're very rare. And because you're 21 years old, you're tail end millennial or beginning of the Gen Z generation, right? You have to also remember that women have been liberated and women have been empowered, and women are independent and they become a lot stronger, right? So that's where where your thoughts are coming from, right? But the truth of the matter is, it all depends on how the man is raised, and it all depends on the environment that he grew up in, right? Did his parents teach him great social skills? Did he, get to participate in a social environment, growing up? Were his parents more introverted or were they more extroverted, right? How was his father, right, compared to his mother? Was his father a masculine man? Was his mother a feminine woman? Or was the mother wearing the pants and she was the man in the relationship and the father was the woman in the relationship? We don't know how these guys had been raised nowadays, and they're being raised differently in the modern world. But there are a lot of guys that tend to be less extroverted than women nowadays. Especially out here in the Bay Area where I live. We're the high-tech capital of the world. The majority of these high-tech guys are very good-looking guys. They dress very nice. They have nice cars, nice homes. They make great money. They have everything on paper. They look good, right? But when it comes time to socializing, especially when it comes to women, they have no social skills, in general, especially when it comes to women, right? They're not able to have a conversation with a woman. They're not able to lead a conversation, right? So that's why this woman says, hence the strong, silent type, right? Women love to talk. They love to be engaged in deep, stimulating conversation, emotionally and mentally bonding conversation. If you can't do that, you're not getting anywhere with any woman, introverted or extroverted. That's the truth of the matter. Most women, this guy is named No Pill Man. Most women aren't going to pay any mind to the silent guy from a dating standpoint unless he's attractive or fits masculine stereotypes of strength. Well, here's the thing. There's no guy that fits masculine stereotypes of strength that's going to be quiet. Because if you're quiet, then you're not fitting the masculine stereotype of strength. Come on, man. And like I just said, there are many attractive guys that are introverted, especially here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live. There's a ton of them. All the major social media companies are here. The high-tech companies. Facebook is one city away from where I live, Redwood City. They're in Menlo Park. YouTube, where I'm broadcasting this primarily on right now, is 22 minutes north of where I'm at in Redwood City in San Bruno. Google, that owns YouTube, is 15 minutes south of where I'm at in Mountain View. And there are many more. Adobe's in San Jose. They're all the companies are here. Guess what? The majority of men that work for these companies are very intelligent, and they're very good at their job. They're programmers, they're engineers, etc. But they lack social skills. They look good. They wear nice clothing. They smell nice. They have nice cars, nice homes. They have everything that a woman would want in a man, right? But they just don't possess the social skills. They're very shy, timid, closed off. When a beautiful woman approaches them, especially if she's a modern, empowered woman, they get intimidated by the woman, and that turns off the woman, right? How in the world is any woman going to be attracted to a man she perceives to be weaker than her? Because women are attracted to a man's strength, emotional, physical, mental, etc., right? If a woman perceives you to be weak, with your social skills, then she perceives you to be weak physically, meaning that if you're in any danger when you two are together, if she's in danger when you two are together, she's not going to be able to trust your masculine core to protect her from danger, right? Introverted men often have to become doers even if they dislike it. I don't mind doing things. I do things all the time. If I'm with a woman and I like her and she's respectful, I'll do things for myself and for her, right? I won't overdo it, but I won't underdo it. I just kind of go with the flow. 8 more replies. That's true of most guys, though. You have to have something to bring to the table and not just be a wallflower. Well, number one, you have to be physically attracted. Both men and women have to be physically attracted to each other, or it's not going to go anywhere. But if you both have that physical attraction, which introverts can be physically attractive, right? That just gets your foot in the door. Looks get you in the door. What keeps you there is communication. What keeps you there is, as a man, is how charming are you? How witty are you? How funny are you? How playful are you? Okay. Also, another thing, your woman's going to test you to see how strong you are. She's going to test you without even realizing it to see if you agree with her on everything or not, right? Women will do things that they know you don't agree with to see if you'll agree with them or not, right? A woman is looking to see if you're going to stand up to her or not when you disagree with her, or are you just going to agree with her when you don't really agree with her just because you think that's going to, keep her interested. Women are very intuitive and they'll pick up on that, right? So women are looking for a lot more, than what you're saying. You have to have something to bring to the table and not just be a wallflower. Well, that's true. Yeah. No Pill Man responds again. Don't be a wallflower is an expectation of the male gender role, not the female one. The male gender role puts more strain on introverts in dating. No, that's not true. Introverts put the strain on themselves by closing themselves off. Every single man chooses how they want to live their life, chooses what they want to do. If you see a beautiful woman in the produce section, it's up to you as an individual man, whether you're an introvert or extrovert, to decide to approach her and say hi or not, right? And you can say hi to anybody without even, thinking about trying to pick them up, right? It's nice to just say hi to people, just say hi. Introverts will go to the supermarket, they'll avoid everyone, and they just won't talk to anyone, even when they go to the check stand, right? They'll barely even say hi to the cashier, right? Or if there's a self-checkout, they'll avoid the checker altogether because they just want to go in, not talk to anyone, get their stuff, pay, and leave, right? That's called a lack of social skills, right? Which there's not a woman on the planet, introverted or extroverted, that doesn't like to socialize. If you're an antisocial man, which is unfortunately, how most introverted guys are, you're never going to get anywhere with women. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom freaking line. Okay? They are very corrupt. Who's very corrupt, Queen? Let me know in the chat there. Let's see. We are at 38 minutes. So let's see here. Depends on what you mean by strain. Most men in relationships put social responsibility on the woman. Organizing parties, socializing their children, managing the family social life pretty much. Plus, women are expected to be chatty and bubbly, while men are expected to be stoic. So here's the funny thing, right? I've always been the kind of guy that is all man, but I'm able to do even things that once only were known as things that women would do back in the days of traditionalism. I can wash my own clothes. I can cook. I can vacuum. I can mop. I can sweep. I can make plans. Okay? I can organize parties. I do all that, right? When I took this woman away that I've been talking about, she's probably watching right now. Hello, ma'am. I set everything up, right? And I drove. I got the hotel room. I made the plans. Now, I ran everything by her, and I gave her an option. I said, how does this sound to you? Or do you have a better idea, right? She loved my idea, so we just went with it, right? And she goes, well, what can I do? What can I do? Like, I feel like you've done everything. Like, what can I do, right? And the reason why she said that is because in this modern world, women are used to being independent and doing things on their own. Even women like her that want a good guy in their life to do things, right? They're so used to doing everything on their own with the wrong man, right? that when the right man comes around and does all these things, and then the woman, all she has to do is just hang out and have fun, right? Like she feels a little weird by it, right? So here's the thing. A good man, a good, well-balanced alpha male that's more extroverted than introverted is going to equally balance out the responsibilities between him and the woman. They can both organize the parties together. Like, in my past relationships with the women I was dating, and if we did stuff like that, we organized things together. Hey, babe, what do you think? Let's go to the supermarket together, and let's get some things and organize this party, right? And we would work together as a team, right? But the problem is most men, and even a lot of extroverted men have this problem too, okay? Most men do not want to do the things that were once known as the things that women would do in the days of traditionalism, right? But again, the best well-balanced man out there is going to be at least a little more extroverted than introverted, and is going to be able to do the things on top of being a man, do the things that once were things only known for a woman to do. They're going to be able to cook. They're going to be able to clean, do laundry, mop the floors, wash the dishes, sweep the floors, etc., right? And they're going to be able to equally help in the responsibility of everything. And that keeps things well balanced, right? I had to share my thoughts about that because that was pretty interesting. I think you mean active versus passive, which is different than extroversion versus introversion. You guys are reading way too deep into this, right? This is why you guys are single, because you're overanalyzing this stuff. You're just way overanalyzing this. 21-year-old female overanalyzing this, right? Just hang out, have fun, and hook up. And stop overanalyzing things, right? Just go have fun, for Christ's sake. In that case, I agree that passive men have a huge disadvantage. They do. Because they don't talk, they don't approach, they don't do shit. But you can be introverted and active when it matters. You can be introverted and active when it matters. So what are you saying? You'll be active as an introvert on demand with the push of a button, right? Why can't you just go with the flow and just, respond on the fly, while you're out? You see a beautiful woman, if you think she's attractive and you feel like talking with her and asking her out, just go up and ask her out. Don't even think about it. Just be you, right? You guys are overthinking things, right? You're not living a natural life, and that's coming off to women as robotic, as fake, as being shy, as being weak. All right, let me read one more here, then we're going to take our first break. Depends on what you mean by this one's responding. No Pill Man's responding to this that was written above. Depends what you mean by strain. Most men in relationships put social responsibility on the woman. Organizing parties, socializing their children, managing the family, social life pretty much, plus women are expected to be chatty and bubbly while men are expected to be stoic. He writes back to that's fair, and I specified in dating because I anticipated this response about the later stages of LTRs, long-term relationships. In the early stage, the average man is more handicapped by introversion. Well, I think the average man, or all men, are handicapped by introversion indefinitely at any age. And I disagree with what you're saying there, okay? Like, I honestly feel that both men and women should equally participate in the responsibilities of all aspects of life. Like, my ex Dana and I, when I spent a lot of time at her place when I was dating her years ago in the North Bay, I spent weekends with her. I would help out, with the household responsibilities. I would cook with her, or sometimes I would cook and she would cook. Other times we'd go out to dinner, right? We both equally shared in the responsibilities. We never argued over it. It was a natural thing. She never asked me. I just did things because I was raised to be very well domesticated. but I'm still all man. Just because you're domesticated as a man doesn't mean you're a sissy. It means that you're a good dude. Hey, I'm a good, decent guy. I take care of myself, right? I'm confident but not conceited, right? A little cocky, playful, funny, right? And I can also cook. I can clean. I keep my car clean, my place clean, right? I'm well domesticated. I'm a great conversationalist. I'm outgoing, right? That's what I call a well-balanced man, right? That's attractive to women, right? That's what women are looking for. I'm not saying I'm the greatest guy on the planet. I'm just saying that when you're a well-balanced guy all around, right? That's most attractive to women, right? And you're also fearless and you're not afraid to take chances, right? Then you responded to this, the same person, No Pill Man. I think you mean active versus passive, which is different than extroversion versus introversion. In that case, I agree that passive men have a huge disadvantage, but you can be introverted and active when it matters. And he responds to that by saying, yes, but extroversion makes it easier and more enjoyable to be active. That is true. I can understand that. But here's the thing. For us extroverts like myself, it's just a natural thing for me to be the way I am. I just love people. I love talking with people. I love helping people. I love getting out there and seeing people smile and be happy. And if somebody's down, I like doing whatever it takes to uplift them. That's just who I am. That's the kind of person I am. It's a natural thing here, right? You're saying, but extroversion makes it easier and more enjoyable to be active. You're making it sound like it's a robotic thing. No, it's a natural thing. That's what you guys are missing. Extroverts come off more natural than introverts, and that's what's attractive to women. More extroverts are able to be themselves rather than try to be something they're not to get a date, right? Or be with a woman, right? Being passive when being active would matter is arguably more disliked in men, at least during the early stage. Well, here's one of the biggest turnoffs to women is being passive aggressive. And quite honestly, I've got some friends, male friends, I used to be friends with that were passive aggressive when dealing with me, sometimes at a business level or even at a friendship level, right? And I got to tell you, one of the most annoying aspects of people to me is someone that's passive aggressive. They disagree with you on something and they want to express how much they disagree with you, but they try to do it in a passive aggressive way to get the point across that they're not happy with what you said without trying to upset you, right? Which to a guy like me, I can pick up on that, and that annoys me more than just calling me out directly, right? And typically, introverts are tend to be more passive aggressive than extroverts, right? So that's that. All right. So I'm going to stop right there at 48 minutes. And Queen says, Facebook, ScrewTube, Google. God, Queen. Queen, come on. It's all good. We make the best of what we've got. But that's pretty funny, Queen. All right, we're at 48 minutes. I'm going to cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Let me go back to full screen. We don't have the biggest crowd tonight, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And let's cue up some royalty-free music, step away for a break, and then come back and read a few more of these comments. And then we'll get to the secondary Reddit posting. Online texting seems to just kill my chances every time. I'm sick of it. Okay. All right. Let's cue it up. Cue it up. Cue it up. Oh, I know what I'm going to play. Queen's going to love me for this. Right before I come back from the break. She knows what's happening. And I'll re-enter with my favorite song. Let's just do it up. Let's go out in style tonight. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for about a 7 or 8 minute break. and we'll get back to discussing introverts in that Reddit posting when I get back. So stick around, round. We'll be right back. McDonald from the YouTube audio library, Queen's favorite song, Magic Part 2. Here we go! Here we go! Yes! Yes! Ethan Mixo, Double Helix. My favorite song from the YouTube audio library, a song that I used to play at the beginning and end of a show I used to run on my former YouTube channel called Coach Eli Live. Let's rock it! Yeah, baby! Pump it up! Pump it up! Energy up! Energy up! We need a lot more positive energy in this world. Too much negativity. We need more positivity in this world. Are you with me? Energy up! Energy up! Energy up! Yes. All right, settle down, Coach. You got a show to run. Settle down, Coach. Settle down, Coach. Here we go. Lower the music and get back down to business. We know that song excites you. That's your song, Eli. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on the Coach Eli Television Network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube at youtube.com/Live Coach Eli. We're also simulcasting live on Facebook and D Live. If you're on Facebook and D Live and you'd like to get more than just these in-studio live stream simulcasts, you're going to have to come over to YouTube. You'll also get mobile live streams exclusively to YouTube like I did earlier today, and I do quite often now. You'll get, pre-recorded videos at the highest quality, 4K, 60 frames per second, and you'll even get members-only content for as little as $4.99 per month. You'll get members-only live streams and members-only pre-recorded content. I have 21 of those members-only videos already up and many more to come. So yeah, come over to YouTube at youtube.com/Live Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Now, Ethan Mixo, take it away. Bring us back into the second segment. Here we go. Yeah, baby, yeah. Whoo, my God. Whoo, man. That certainly does take a lot out of me. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. All right. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Tonight, we've been discussing, are women attracted to introverted men or use them as beta male providers? One more time. Are women attracted to introverted men or use them as beta male providers? Now, if you missed the first part of the show, go back, check out the replay. I did a brief monologue. I did a brief monologue. I can't even talk. And I shared my thoughts regarding this. I then went into the first of two Reddit postings. Then I'm going to continue off of that first posting and read some more comments here in a second. And that posting was titled, let's get back to it. I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Why are introverted men largely unattractive to women? I'll get back to reading more comments regarding that and leave off where I left off in just a second here. And then after I'm done with that, we're going to get into the final Reddit posting, which is in the subreddit Seduction, with the title, Online Texting Seems to Just Kill My Chances Every Time I'm Sick of It. But before we get to that, let me make a comment regarding a video I saw earlier today on another channel I follow, a YouTuber that runs the channel 33 Secrets. He's a guy, I guess, that calls himself M. I think his name is Michael or something like that. And he's a coach also. And he shared this video clip earlier today of a man and a woman. The man is an average everyday. He's an okay-looking guy. Seems like a nice guy. And he just recently got together with a pretty cute, attractive single mother, right? And in that video, he wrote and was singing this woman a song. regarding her situation and how he's happy to be able to be in a relationship with a woman that has 2 kids, and he's so happy to be a stepfather and this and that. This is a young dude, probably in his, probably mid to late 20s, early 30s at the latest, and this woman's around the same age, right? And I'm watching this video and I'm hearing what, the creator that runs the 33 Secrets channel is saying. And I had to agree with him. He's like, look at the woman. She's kind of pretending that she's interested in showing, interest, that she cares, and that she's all giddy that he wrote her this song. But quite honestly, you can also tell that she's kind of, not really that into it, right? This guy is overdoing it, right? This guy is totally overdoing it by, writing this song to her. He's not a GQ looking type of guy, but he's not an ugly guy. He's an average, everyday looking guy. But quite honestly, what he's not realizing is that, and this woman, honestly, she's a pretty attractive woman for having kids, and she's young. She's still pretty young. Quite honestly, he probably feels like he's lucky to be with her, when the truth of the matter, he should be looking at it the other way around. He should be looking at it as she's lucky to be with him, right? And what he's not realizing is that this woman is seeing him as the beta male provider, because the guy she had kids with, let's just call him Chad or Tyrone, right? She was hooking up to Chad and Tyrone's, had a couple kids. It didn't work out. They probably skipped town. Now she's looking for someone to be the provider, right? But does she really respect this guy? Or does she look at him as a beta male provider? And this guy is very introverted, right? Now, I can understand how nice and sweet it comes off for a man to write a song about a woman, right? But here's the thing, folks. What worked in the 70s and 60s and 50s, serenading women, no longer works anymore. Unless you've been with her for 5 or 10 years or 20 years, right? Okay. Look, if you just meet a woman and you've been with her for 2 or 3 months or 6 months and you're doing this shit already, okay, this is going to end up more so repelling her than keeping her around, right? And you have to understand why she's with you, because no other guy wants to be the beta male provider, right? Right? And you think she's going to stick around with you, forever, or just until she finds someone more attractive or a better fit that could be the provider that she more so respects, right? So again, it's all nice and sweet to write a song and serenade a woman, but in this modern world, that doesn't work, right? And again, I would not do that for a woman for at least 2 to 3 or 5 years. Like maybe on your 5th anniversary, if you've been with a woman for 5 years and everything's gone great, she's done her part, you've done your part, and you want to write her a song, I get that. But early on in the relationship, and to come on to, I think this video was done on TikTok that the 33 Secrets channel shared, that's just pretty pathetic. And I feel bad for this guy, because he thinks he has a catch, but what he doesn't realize is that he's being used for his resources. He's an introverted man, and there you go. Are women attracted to introverted men, or use them as beta male providers? That's my thought right there. Anyway, so give me just a second here. Let me just make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Just a second here. There you go. Are women attracted to introverted? Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, let's get back to the Reddit posting, and we'll leave off where we left off. Oops, I was on the other one. Let me get back to the second one. Let me get back to the first one here. All right, introversion equals social anxiety. Introverted, non-neurotic men can still be active and approach fine. They just don't like chit-chat. I don't know if I'd go as far and say introversion equals social anxiety, but yeah, it does appear that most introverted men, have, social issues. They don't like big crowds. And they do have approach anxiety. And that's unattractive to women. It shows fear. It turns women off. Introverted, non-neurotic men can still be active and approach fine. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, they can try to approach, but the way they approach comes off as very awkward and can also come off as creepy when they're not trying to be creepy, and that repels women instantly. They just don't like chit-chat. Well, how the hell are you going to approach a woman if you can't chit-chat? If you don't like chit-chat, how do you approach a woman and talk to her? Come on. This is the 21 female. That's an INFJ. In most dating situations, the male gender role is expected to move things forward by initiating and leading early conversations without seeming awkward or scary. I just said that. True. Proposing and planning dates, progressing things sexually. That's what a man does. That's masculine energy right there. Thank you for saying that, no-pill man. Some women will do this, but most men will not be on the receiving end of it much unless they're hot, and even some hot guys say that women expect them to lead. Listen, if a woman is, pushing most of this, then that woman is like way too into you too soon, and that can scare men away, right? It's much more natural when the man takes the lead and progresses things forward at a natural pace, okay? And that's what attracts women. Women are looking, no matter how strong a modern day woman is, they're still attracted to a man taking the lead and progressing things forward at a reasonable pace that's comfortable for her, but also not boring, but also not too pushy, right? You got to have a well balance. You have to move it forward at the right pace, right? And a good man like myself that's experienced is going to know how to move it along at the right pace, right? I don't feel like doing this stuff for date after date, but I'll do it because I expect that it won't be done for me. No, dude, you got to just be natural. You see, you guys are overthinking this, right? You're thinking that you have to write this script. Okay, I'm going to do this at this point. If she does this, I'm going to do that. No, you're not being natural. Women are attracted to the natural aspects of a man. And if she notices you trying to go off a script or trying to do something you read in the book or something, it's going to come up unnatural, and she's going to be turned off, or she's going to feel awkward, and it's going to be over, right? You guys are overthinking this, overanalyzing this, which is a typical introverted trait. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with introversion, except for maybe the conversations part. That has everything to do with introversion. Come on. Introverts can approach just as well as extroverts unless they have social anxiety. These people don't get it. Introverts are more prone to be introverts because they have social anxiety, right? Extroverts love being around people, love just walking up to anyone they see at a supermarket or wherever and just saying hi, just to be social and friendly. All right, let's read a few more here before we get to the last Reddit post. And we are at 1 hour and 13 minutes. Okay. There is nothing wrong with introverted men. Well, no one said there is anything wrong with introverted men. It's just that it's not typically what women are attracted to, whether they're extroverted or introverted. It is not an unattractive trait in itself. The problem is that it clashes with the male role in a dating context. Let me read that again. The problem is that it clashes with the male role in a dating context. I've been saying that in different words all along. Women who are introverted can have 2 to 4 friends, go out once a month, and prefer to be observers in large groups. They will still get asked out. I was saying that earlier. It doesn't matter if a woman is introverted or extroverted. Any man will ask a woman out as long as she's cute enough and physically attractive and approachable, right? And then they'll get to know her and see if it works out, right? They will still get asked out. Taking photos for Tinder, putting on makeup, and chatting with men online are all activities that you can do from the privacy of your home. And all of those things make them more visible to lots of men. And there are a lot of thirsty men out there. The beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mon. Queen loves that song, right? Women will be approached by men, and introversion is not something that prevents it from happening. That is true. But again, like I said at the beginning of the show, okay, women are attracted to different things in a man than men are towards women. Now, both the man and the woman need to have physical attraction, right? Okay? Men are, it's completely about physical attraction initially, and then they get to know the woman, right? Okay, and see what happens. And men are willing to put up with more BS if the woman is hot, which is not a good thing, but most men do that. Women, once they're physically attracted to you, right, they want to see how well you can carry a conversation, how stimulating you are, how spontaneous you are, how much of a risk taker you are, how daring you are, right? Okay, they want to see, are you going to agree with them on everything, and even if you disagree, just to be compliant, or are you going to call them out on their shit at times, right? And most, if not all, introverted men, even if they disagree with women on something, they'll agree with her just because they think that's going to keep her around. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. That's what makes them partially an introvert, right? And doesn't get them the girl, right? Not the case for men. Internet and games are male-dominated spaces. Not true. Not true. Women are dominating the dating world. Women have control of the dating world nowadays. I hate to say it. Tinder is also mostly men, and beauty routines don't work as well as leaving your house and going to the gym. Even if an introvert gets fit and dresses well, there is still the hurdle of asking women out. Well, here's the thing. If you are in good shape, take care of yourself, you dress nice, you have a good job, you make good money, you're in a good place, aren't you so happy and confident within yourself that you can naturally ask women out? Right? Here's the thing. When you know you're attractive to women, you're going to ask women out knowing that most will still reject you, but one or two will say yes. Whereas if you ask none of them out, you'll get none, right? Men notice beautiful women in their surroundings without any input from the woman. That's what I've been saying. Doesn't matter if they're introverted or extroverted. If they're beautiful, they get approached by introverts and extroverts, right? Introverted women will get approached by both extroverted and introverted men as long as they're beautiful. While she is just minding her own business, her looks alone can motivate a man to go and say hello. I said that. I agree. Yeah. Sorry to say this, but men don't get noticed like that. I've been saying that all along too. Yep. They have to make their presence and availability known, and introverts usually don't, meaning that they have to make effort and not be afraid to talk with women, because women are attracted to a man's strength, not their weakness. Why would any woman want to be with a man that she couldn't trust his masculine core to protect her in case any danger came their way while she's with him? If a man can't even talk to a woman, right, and communicate with her and approach her, how in the world is she going to trust him to protect her from danger when they're together? Think about that, guys. Come on. All right, let's read one more here. Women who are introverted can have 2 to 4 friends. This is responding to something that was written above. Women who are introverted can have 2 to 4 friends, go out once a month, and prefer to be observers in large groups. They will still get asked out. Taking photos for Tinder, putting on makeup, and chatting with men online are all activities that you can do from the privacy of your home. And all of those things make them more visible to lots of men. Women will be approached by men, and introversion is not something that prevents it from happening. And she writes, it's a woman responding it's a guy. A girl I'm dating now is an introvert, and I've gotten the impression she's a lot more successful at meeting people just by virtue of being an attractive woman. Right! I've just been saying that. Right. Whereas me putting in an effort struggles. I don't think there's a huge looks disparity between us either. What you guys aren't understanding. If you're attractive, that's getting your foot in the door. You have to be attractive. But there are a lot of introverted, attractive men, a lot of attractive, introverted men that will get the woman's attention by looks, but can't keep her around because there's no personality. There's no substance. Do you want to be with a woman that has no substance? Let me just read one more here. Yeah, I believe it. I'm an introvert, and it's never been an issue to meet men. This must be a woman. I would go and sit in the club corner with friends and get asked to dance. Study with classmates, get asked out. Play WoW, get asked out. Post on Reddit and have men message me. It's a woman, right? It is. Sit on a bench waiting for someone and have men sitting next to me to talk. Go to work and have customers tell me I have beautiful eyes, or coworkers asking me out, and that's without social media or dating apps. Not all of them will be desirable or even average men, but it is definitely effortless to meet men as an introverted woman. And like I've been saying, okay, when it comes to introverted women, both extroverted and introverted men will hit on you because of your looks, right? Men initially are attracted to women based on physical attraction. But then we also want to get to know you too. Like most decent guys like me, are not going to give you the time of day just because you're beautiful, but that'll get, your foot in the door with me, right? But if you're not communicative, if I don't feel we can carry a conversation, if you're too closed off, even as an introverted woman, even though you're hot, I still won't give you the time of day, right? But some of these other men will just because of your looks. So it is different, okay? Introverted women have a definite, clear advantage in the dating world over introverted men. It doesn't work the same way, for men as it works for women. That's a fact. That's just because men and women look at attraction in a different way to a certain extent after the physical attraction is either there or isn't. Upvote for ultra rare honesty and self-awareness. All right, let's go to the final Reddit posting here before we go off the air. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in right now. Queen is crying out of laughter with 2 crying out of laughter emojis. We are at 1 hour and 22 minutes. Okay, this is from the subreddit subreddit seduction. Online texting seems to just kill my chances every time. I'm sick of it. And the posting was removed by the moderators of the subreddit seduction because I guess it violated one of their rules. But, the comments and the title is still there. Let's check it out and see what was said. I threw this one in here for this introverted topic because typically it's introverted men that behave this way. Extroverted men know how to move a conversation from texting into real life, like a phone call and then meeting in person. So let's see what the comments said. Yeah, that just means she's talking to you for attention and validation, not to actually meet/date. Well, if you don't give her a reason to take the next step by saying, hey, let's go to the phone and let's meet in person, right? There are women online that are just seeking validation, right? But you can filter them out pretty quickly by asking a simple question after you send a few messages through the dating app or site, right? Hey, you seem like a cool lady. I would love to get to know you on a more personable level. If you'd like to send me your number, I'll text you to arrange a phone call. Now, if she's interested, she'll give you her phone number and be open to that call. If she says, well, I just want to, keep it on the site a little bit longer, right? Then she's seeking validation. Then you move on, right? But at least at that point, But most of you introverted guys will just keep talking back and forth for weeks on end, right? And get nowhere, right? You'll focus on this one woman, hoping that one day that she'll allow you to take that conversation from texting to a phone call and then maybe meeting sometime further down the road. Come on, guys. The original poster says, makes sense. She's getting ghosted. Don't let yourself stoop to her level and ghost her. Imagine if you were the one being ghosted. Even if the ghosting is somewhat justified, it is just better to set your boundaries and make them clear. It would be good to just flat out tell her you aren't interested in her anymore. Yeah, it just depends on the woman. Some women, like, I'll let them know, in the past, when I was looking for somebody, I would let them know, hey, it just doesn't seem we're a good fit, best of luck to you, right? It depends if they're nice to me. If they're being kind of bitchy or they're being kind of, you know, if they're not responding quickly enough or being non-responsive, then you could just ghost them or just stop talking with them. A lot of times you don't even have to block women. If you have so many conversations going online, right? You're not going to sit there and worry about one or two of them not responding. A few others will respond, right? Keep your options open because you never know. And you have to also understand that both men and women are talking to many people trying to filter it out to that one person, right? And if you're patient, maybe you'll end up with one of those women and they'll end up with you. You just have to have some patience, right? And understand how it works, right? Agreed. Even if ghosting is justified in this case, it violates your own principles, so why do it? Just let her know you're losing interest because being pen pals will only get so far in terms of connection. Yeah, anytime a woman says, I'm looking to start off as friends and just see where it goes, I'll tell them this respectfully. I'll say, I'm not interested in being just friends. I'm seeking something more romantic, but I'm looking to take the time to get to know someone that's also seeking something romantic. And, if it works out, we become best friends automatically when we're romantic partners, right? So as a man, whenever a woman responds to you and says, I'm looking to start off as friends, you have to address that and say, I'm not interested in being just friends. That's a test, right? I'm seeking something romantic with the right person, but I am open to taking the time to get to know you to see if you're that right person for something romantic. And if it works out in a romantic way, then we automatically become best friends as well, right? You got to be very, very clear with women or you will automatically friend zone yourself, okay? And it takes balls to say that, but if you say it respectfully, then wow, then most of the time they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Let's keep talking, right? Oh, this dude is not going to put up with my BS and my tests. He's passing my test. Okay, right. Unless you are really good looking like a model or something, you will rarely get dates with good looking girls online. I did the experience, and that's how it is. Just go out and do some dating. Here's the thing. You're only going to attract women that are at your level of attractiveness or low, right? That's the way you look at it. If you want a super hot woman, then you better be a super hot guy. That's only fair, right? Now, here's the thing. I know I'm not the greatest looking guy in the world, but I also know I'm not the ugliest guy in the world. I think I'm an average looking guy. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say I'm a 7, right? Maybe 7.5, right? I'm not an 8, 9, or a 10. I'm reasonably attractive. And I don't, go out there expecting to meet an 8, 9, or a 10, right? Now, in some cases in the past, yeah, you know what? Sometimes I've gotten a woman like an 8 or a 9, right? But honestly, what I've noticed works the best is when I find a good woman that's at the same level of attractiveness as I am physically, and we have a similar personality, we enjoy similar things, and we have great communication skills. That's the bottom line. What I think this is a pretty common thing, unfortunately. Yes, I agree. I just like your photo. Okay. Let me see if there are a couple more here. How can I change the vibe to F-boy? Please help. Oh, sorry. This guy wrote, when you give text buddy vibe, don't expect to be treated like an F-boy. I don't really like the term F-boy. In other words, what you're saying, how can you change the vibe to come off more sexually attractive to the woman? Well, the woman behind the scenes just left me a text, and she said, You are a 10. Ma'am, I respect that. I don't consider myself to be a 10. I say that humbly. I'm an honest person. I'm secure within myself. I'm just an honest person. I'm not going to sit here and toot my horn just because you say I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. But honestly, I think I'm a 7 or a 7.5. I'm being honest. I'm a very honest person. But anyway, she's watching. You just caught me. I'm about to go off the air here. So yeah, when you give text buddy vibe, don't expect to be treated like an F-boy, right? I hate that word F-boy, right? Meaning it means that, if you're just giving off the vibe like you're a buddy with a woman, she's not going to treat you like a potential sexual mate, right? Like a dating mate, right? So then the guy says below, how can I change the vibe to F-boy? Please help. Well, again, I don't want to call it F-boy. How can you change the vibe to create more of a sexual attraction with a woman than just a friendship attraction, right? Well, here's what the other person said. Flirting, playful, fun, boldness, style, boundaries. Right. Flirting is great. Women love that. Being playful, women love that. Being fun and not boring, women love that. Boldness, which means taking risks, taking chances, and not fearing any repercussion, women love that. Style, women love that. I try to be in the style myself, physically and with the clothes I wear and stuff like that, the sunglasses I wear, how I do my beard, etc., right? And setting boundaries, right? Not putting up with BS. If she says something you don't agree with, call her out on her shit, because women love that, right? Women know when they're pushing your buttons, right? And sometimes they will purposefully push your buttons, not even realizing it. It's a test to see, are you going to put up with that shit, or are you going to stand up for yourself? And the reason why they're doing that is they're testing your strength. Because if you don't pass that shit test, it's going to come off as weakness. And again, if a woman perceives weakness through her shit test, then she's not going to be able to trust your masculine core to be able to protect her from any danger should you encounter danger while you're with her out and about. Just like this woman, a couple days ago when she, fainted on the hiking trail. Okay? I took care of her and I got her off that trail. She trusted to be out there with me. And I brought her to safety and she made it, and I'm grateful and thankful for it. Okay? If she didn't trust my masculine core to protect her in that way, she would have never gone out there with me in the first place. Because she had to feel safe and comfortable that if any danger came our way, especially if something was happening to her, that I would protect her and do my best to rescue her and bring her to safety. For example, replace the boring ass, hey, how ya, what ya doing text with, what's your view on coffee night and warm cuddles at Thursday night with handsome man? No, dude, that's still too much. That's not what you say. No, you make it simple. When you first talk with a woman online, you're like, hey, and you mention her name. Nice to connect with you on this app. How's your day going? And what are you seeking on this app, right? You want to find out what they're seeking. Even though they say what they're seeking, you never know until you talk with them, right? Then they'll say, yeah, I'm looking for something, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then after that, say, yeah, hey, you seem pretty nice. I like your profile. You look pretty sporty. You like the outdoors. How about we have one phone conversation and see how that feels? And if that feels great, then maybe we can hang out and see where it goes, right? Get to the point. Be direct, be decisive. Women love that. Because the women that are ready to move forward will appreciate that. They'll give you their number and say, when can we talk? The women that are just seeking validation or playing games will throw resistance. Then you kind of put those on the back burner and focus on the ones that are open to moving things forward. But you as a man have to lead it forward. But dude, you don't want to text with, what's your view on coffee night and warm cuddles at Thursday night with handsome man? Dude, that's creepy, and that's horrible, dude. Listen, it's not about a game. I don't play games with women, but you have to have some, figuratively speaking, game to turn the woman on with what you say initially, right? Dude, you got no game with that. What's your view on coffee night and warm cuddles at Thursday night with handsome man? Instead of, hey, what ya doing? That's worse. But your replacement is not good enough either, man. That's stupid. And look at the original poster. Does girls like that? See, to me, it just seems so cringe. It is cringe. That was the wrong advice there. But I guess if I have to be like that, then fuck it. I'm just done getting friend zoned and being a Snapchat pal. I'm so done with it. See, dude, that's the first step. You have to own it and say, I'm done with being friend zoned. I'm not putting up with this crap. I'm a man, right? And I'm going to act like a man. I'm going to stop acting like a big fucking pussy, and I'm going to be a man, right? And I'm going to take risks, right? And I'm going to fear getting rejected because that's what men do. I'm not going to fear getting rejected. I'm going to take a chance of getting rejected to be a man. And it may not work on most women. Even if you do everything right, it still won't work on most women, but eventually you'll find one or two or three that will like it. And then you focus on them. Then you narrow it down to one, and then you meet up and see where it goes, right? Well, dude, if you're not getting success, then you're doing something wrong for faux show. Come on, man. What's up with this ghetto slang? Faux show. Try experience, practice, and see what women are attracted to. Not just saying I'm done if gals aren't attracted to my cuteness and niceness and give up. That's pretty pathetic. That's having no self-confidence, right? If you love yourself, you'll keep moving forward until someone accepts you for you. Nah, reality isn't like you've been told. It is complete opposite. I'm not done with day game / night game. I'm just done with texting. It just gets me fucking friend zone every damn time. Well, I'm going to wrap up. Well, I'll read one more after this because I respond to texting. I'll say this. If you're texting too much, initially, you're going to get friend zone. Women are looking for a man to be bold and take it to the next level if they're ready for it. And if they're not ready for it, they're going to say, let's keep talking here. And then you know they're just seeking validation. Put them on the back burner. But again, you send one or two text messages through the dating app or dating site. If she's cool and responsive, and say, you know what? I really like your profile. I like your pictures. You're outdoorsy. And try not to focus on saying she's cute or anything, right? Just say, I like your pictures. They're outdoorsy. I love the outdoors. I can picture, the hikes that you are going on. I can, see you like similar things as I do, right? I'd love to get to know you on a more personable level. If you're open to a phone call, how about you send me your number and I'll text you to arrange a call during a time that works for the both of us. Then she'll get back to you and either say, here's my number, and then you take it from there. You text her, right? And you set up the phone call. Or she can say, well, I don't feel comfortable giving my number. Let's chat through the app or whatever. And if she gives you that resistance, you get back and you say, okay, well, let me know. Take all the time you need. Let me know if you're open to chatting on the phone down the road. I just don't like using these dating apps. I don't trust them. They don't work that well. You want to get them off the app. And if they're not willing to get off the app, then it's not worth it. One more. Let's read one more, and then we're going to go off the air here. We are at 1 hour and 38 minutes. Queen says, laughing my ass off. If you missed tonight's live stream, you can go back to watch the replay. That's right, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Your texting is probably like, what did you do today? That's pathetic. What do you like to do for fun? What did you have for dinner? Or even worse, what did you have for lunch? Good morning, beautiful. Good night, cutie. Well, good morning, beautiful, and good night, cutie. That's okay for a woman to say once she gets to know you, but as a man, you never say that shit, right? Like, you want to acknowledge your lady, that you respect her and you like her, but let her do the cutesy stuff like that, right? Because as a man, if you do it, even if the woman says she wants you to do it, if you do it like too often, right? it becomes like, stale and boring to her, right? You got to leave a little mystery. You got to let her wonder about you throughout the days and let her reach out to you and say, good morning, handsome, or something like that, right? That kind of texting makes any guy who knows what he's doing cringe because it's a one-way ticket to the friend zone unless she finds you hot from the start. Well, with this woman that, I've been hanging out with, that's not a problem, So if she finds you hot from the start, then, I mean, what I'm saying? It's an automatic thing, right? Not handsome, not cute, not attractive, not above average, only hot, meaning she wants to sleep with you based on looks alone. Yeah, but then if she also likes your personality, it makes it even better, right? The only other time that works is when she's looking for a long-term relationship and sees you as a safe, predictable option, an easy way to achieve her relationship goals. But this is 100% not what you want. Well, what you guys really want, what the right thing is, guys, is to find someone like-minded that has similar interests, morals, values, ethics, has a similar upbringing, wants the same thing as you do, is open to it, and is ready for it. And you have to ask those questions on the first phone call when you talk, right? Okay. And then when you meet, you see how the chemistry goes and see how the conversation goes in person, right? It has to be a two-way street. It can't be one-sided. Both sides have to equally want to take it where it's going to go, right? Okay. But at the same time, once you know it's there as the man, once you know, hey, the woman knows who you are, she likes you, she's into you, you're into her, right? Then you back off as the man and you let her come to you. You let her initiate 70 to 80% of all communication, right? It's okay for you to initiate communication 20 to 30% of the time. But I'll tell you this, if the woman is not initiating 70 to 80% of the communication daily or however often you communicate, okay, if you as the man communicate or initiate communication more than 20 to 30% of the time, then it's going to make her feel weird. It's going to make her feel like it's not her idea. And once it's not her idea anymore, she starts to, feel different. She starts to fall out of love. She starts to feel overwhelmed, right? It has to be her idea. Anyway, all right. So let's go back to full screen and start wrapping this baby up. We're at 1 hour and 41 minutes. About to turn to 1 hour and 42 minutes. All right. So, Queen, you were the only one here tonight. We didn't have the biggest turnout here tonight, but that is okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. People can go back and watch the replay, but I want to thank you for being here tonight, Queen. And you were also on the earlier walking stream. And, ma'am, I thank you for watching behind the scenes. I think you're still at work. You can let me know if you're still at work. And let me know what time you're going to be home. We can talk briefly. In the meantime, I'm going to go relax and catch up with some of my shows. And I'll be back tomorrow, folks, for a couple of streams. I'll be doing a walking stream at some point in the late morning, early afternoon. And tomorrow night, if I can get at least one or two more of my moderators to join Dion, a.k.a. SIFUSMO, I'm going to do a panel show regarding talking about trolls and haters and our experiences with trolls and haters and how we've handled them and how we move forward from them. We want to share our experiences so that way other people that are struggling with this can learn and move past it so you can create your own greatness that you were meant to create. So yeah, any one of my moderators, I've been reaching out to you folks throughout the day on the Facebook private message. Let me know. I will try one more time tomorrow morning to get a couple more people on the show. If I can do that, we'll make it happen tomorrow night. If not, I'll do a different topic and we'll do the Trolls and Haters show another time. With that being said, have yourselves a great night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.